The Hawaii Supreme Court has ruled in favor of the 30-meter telescope permit, paving the way for the $1.4 billion observatory to build on Mauna Kea. 4 of the 5 justices affirmed the Hawaii Board of Land and Natural Resources decision. In September 2017, the BLNR authorized the issuance of a Conservation District use permit to the University of Hawaii, allowing TMT on the mountain.
The High Court reviewed thousands of pages of documents and testimony, and I know that they worked hard in reaching this decision.
State officials held a press conference on Oahu.
There is potential for further legal action that could follow. For example, within 10 days of today's decision, there can be a motion for reconsideration. And following that, after the judgment is entered, there is a potential for a cert petition to the United States Supreme Court within 90 days of the decision.
TMT will not only represent a major advance in humankind's knowledge of the universe, it will have tremendous positive educational and economic impact for the people of Hawaii Island and the entire state.
Speaking over the phone, appellant Kealoha Picciota called the Hawaii Supreme Court decision disheartening, yet at the same time motivating. Picciota shared this photo from 2015 showing the hand delivery of over 66,000 signatures, asking Governor David Ige to stop the TMT project.
The TMT project would not tip the balance of any of these impacts from a non-significant level to a significant level.
On June 21st, the Hawaii Supreme Court heard consolidated oral arguments for 3 separate appeals from the BLNR decision.
That the TMT project itself now will, with the decommissioning overall, will result in less overall impacts on the mountain.
Well, that's true, but
And
I
so
wonder if legally it has gotten back within the envelope that was anticipated by HAR 13530, where it says that a permit can't be granted where the project would cause substantial adverse impact.
The BLNR decision followed a lengthy contested case hearing.
Let's reach to the stars. I urge you to grant this permit. Thank you.
Final arguments were presented over 1 year ago in the Crown Room of Hilo's Grand Naniloa Hotel.
And I'm going to be there. I'm going to lay my body down in front of these guys until somebody pays attention and listens.
If you think you've seen anything with us, you will see a force that you've never seen before with our keiki. She was raised in ceremony. She was raised with our language spoken to her every day. She was raised with no fear. She was born for this. Please. And if I do not shut this down, she will.
Was it worth it to arrest 58 Hawaiians, knowing that in a few months later the court was going to go ahead and rule, oh, shucks, TMT, you couldn't go ahead anyway? Was that worth it? And it's happening again.
It was the second contested case hearing on the permit. The first hearing also resulted in the issuance of a permit, but it was vacated after the Hawaii Supreme Court ruled that the state did not follow proper procedure.
Do you think that due process would allow a court for the judge to say, here is my judgment in favor of the plaintiff. We will now have a trial. And if you convince me otherwise, I'll change my mind.
The decision to vacate came at the height of tensions on Mauna Kea in 2015.
The DLNR came and used some physical force against us and tried to push their way through the line. We were able to kind of drag that scenario out for about 12 to 15 minutes.
Demonstrations against the observatory and arrests occurred throughout the year.
If there are protesters or protectors on the mountain, once again blocking the road up to the summit, is there a plan in place to address that and to allow construction, assuming it goes through, to proceed?
Certainly, I'm committed to ensuring that everyone's rights are represented and protected. So clearly, from the protesters' perspective, their right to be able to protest the project. But I am also committed to ensuring the rule of law and that those who are granted a permit will be ensured access to the mountain so they can implement.
Do you think you might call on the National Guard if it gets to that?
I am committed to assuring that the rights of the project and the permittee to proceed with the project is enforceable. So whatever that means.
Henry Yang, chair of the TMT International Observatory Board of Governors, said in a statement that they are grateful for the Hawaii State Supreme Court's ruling. He said they are excited to move forward in Hawaii and will continue to respect and follow state and county regulations as they determine their next steps.
The next step in the DLNR process would commence once the applicant submits construction plans to the DLNR Office of Conservation on Coastal Lands. OCCL and the DLNR chair would then carefully review the plans for consistency with the permit conditions and the declarations in the permit application, and for adherence to the Mauna Kea Comprehensive Management Plan requirements, such as control of invasive species and attention to cultural protocols and training. Once this review is satisfactorily completed, the DLNR can then issue a notice to proceed.
The Office of Hawaiian Affairs issued a statement following the ruling, saying it is moving forward with its lawsuit that was filed in 2017. OHA says that for years it held good faith discussions with the state, but the talks broke down several weeks ago.
Actually, 3 are related to grants.